Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on the Artist Connection. We have some extremely talented artists here. Everyone out there that's watching, you can comment, subscribe, and share. So, we're going to start by introducing Cosandra Calloway. Cosandra, please tell us about yourself, what you have going on, what you do, any upcoming projects, and then, bless our mic with some comedy or something. Your mic is off.
Well, I gotta be first. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Cosandra Calloway. I'm the SSDMPC, which stands for I'm the single straight dyslexic menopausal pothead cougar, or I'm the stressed single depressed menopausal pothead cougator, cougator. I am a comedian, a DJ, and I am the founder and CEO of Feed the Streets Cali.org. We have some amazing events that are going on. We have our annual fundraiser, 24-hour telethon that we do every year on July 7th. And I have different celebrities come in on StreamYard for 24 hours. But this year we're going to flip it and we're going to get a Winnebago. I'm going to drive around Los Angeles for those 24 hours and try to give out 5,000 packages. So that's one of our projects. And then we also have our annual Thanksgiving and Christmas. Last Christmas, we wrapped 1,000 gifts in honor of my mom. So I don't know what we're going to do this year because I still have tendonitis in my arms from lifting and moving all of those bags and then bringing all that stuff upstairs. And I'm just excited. And then on Sunday, I'm DJing a wedding. But on Monday, I'm doing stand-up at the Sunset on Rooftop. So that's what I'm doing.
That's great. You got a lot of things going on. And tell them where they can donate to if they want to donate to your cause.
Oh, they can donate they can go to feedthestreetscali.org and see the amazing website that was done by Queen X right over here somewhere, And she's also the vice president of the foundation. Brittany's probably tired of me telling the story about how we met, but I'm so glad we met when we met. And, we just been rocking. She introduced me to you. She introduced me to Elo. Britt, the AJ is about to, oh my God. Yo, dude, how old you be?
Hey, listen, Cougar calm down.
Cougar Gator.
Slow your roll. Leave AJ alone. Okay.
No, man, I already got to leave Elo alone because he married, okay? Okay, Vaughn is over there with Jessica. I don't know what's going on with Carlos, but that little landing strip right there, green eyes. Nobody say nothing. You got to unmute yourself because I just need to hear your voice. Because if your voice ain't,
I'm gonna introduce him next. You gonna hear his voice.
If his voice ain't as sexy as he looks, I'm leaving this show right now. Okay, I'm done. Okay, all right.
Okay. Up next to the mic is my co-host, AJ Wan. He is one of the dopest poets I know. He is a great innovator. He's going to tell you more about himself So AJ, you can introduce the next person up on the mic, but just tell us a little bit about yourself, what you have going on in your upcoming events and projects. Thank you.
Okay. I have to say to Cosandra, you got me all nervous now. I don't know what to do.
Let me get close.
My name is AJ1. I'm a writer, poet, father, filmmaker. So
I'm gonna mute myself now.
Mute yourself. That's it. I'm currently working on a science fiction TV series that I wrote, produced, and directed. I wanted to do a science fiction story that included us. Most science fiction stories in Hollywood don't include us Black folks. We're not in the picture when it comes to the future. So I had to turn that narrative around and do something that was going to include us more. So it's called Machination. And I'm working on the pilot episode right now. And as far as poetry is concerned, I love poetry so much that I'm doing a poem per day for an entire year, starting April 1st. So I'm 20 poems in, got another 346 days since 2024 is a leap year. So I'm on the poetry like that. But I'm so excited to be here to co-host and have this opportunity to meet new artists and to talk to you about your processes and things. So looking forward to it.
Okay, introduce the next guest, AJ.
Oh, okay. The next guest is a couple. That would be Jessica and let me see what Jessica and Juan Cardenas Wilson. Unmute the microphone, please.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Just want to thank Ms. Drea for inviting us. And I know it's hard to see both of us, but here we are. Hi. We're at the Los Angeles Poet Society. We're both poetry teachers, and Juan is an amazing musician, flautist. I'm a poet. I'm an activist. I've been writing poetry since I was 12. And I really enjoy teaching poetry to the community and to youth, because I think the whole purpose of it is for vocal empowerment, just to let people know they have a reason to use it. I'm also a social justice activist and an ally to many. And I'm just really happy to be here. In LA Poet Society is an inclusive organization going on 14 years, where you don't have to pay any membership to be a part of us. Just check out our events and participate, and that's really all you have to do. lapoetsociety.org.
Yes, hi everyone. I'm Juan Cardenas, and I'm a musician and a poet. I love poetry. I've been writing since a very young age, and I've been playing music as well. I'm a flute player. That's my main instrument, and I also have a band where I play Latin jazz and Latin rock. I play from like John Coltrane to Santana to Jimi Hendrix. Like I'm really heavily blues influenced, so my sound is heavy on blues, but also I play jazz and classical as well. And I love to mix both of them. I love to mix both elements of poetry and music together. So more so that the music complements the word and the word is highlighted, but also so that the music can go with the feeling and the ups and downs of the poem. So I think that there's a really beautiful relationship and something beautiful that happens when those two are joined together. So some of my original songs have poetry, and then so I'm moving forward. I have a show at Biambro at the Poetry Film Festival in August 29th, April 29th, and I also have a show on Cinco de Mayo over here in the Valley, in San Fernando Valley, at a bar called Last Call. So just moving forward with playing music and enjoying just being on stage and having that harmony with the different musicians, because I play with a drummer, a conga player, piano player, bass player, and the backup vocalist. So there's all these elements that happen to make a song, to make one song, right? And I think being on stage and being able to perform that, like it's like a ritual, and every song is a ritual, and the words and music and just it's fire. So yeah, love music, love poetry.
And I also wanted to mention, I do wear many hats, so I forget sometimes, but we're also Los Angeles Poet Society has Los Angeles Poet Society Press, so we're also a small press, and we focus on publishing anthologies. We're social justice focused, and we also center cutie BIPOC authors. Currently, we have a literary journal called Acid, where we put all genres in visual art. We have open mics on Zoom and in person, so I invite you to join us. Our next event is actually going to be this Sunday, the 23rd. We are going to, it's called Riders in the Wild at Eaton Canyon, where the waterfall is. We are going to set some intentions there and walk up to the waterfall and write and then share. That's the type of event we do. every other month or so, where we go out to a park and be in community and write. Also, our next open mic is called One Mic, One Globe next Thursday at 7 p.m. If you want to join us, we welcome all genres. We also are for featured guests. Usually the first and last Thursdays at 7, we have 2 open mics, Donali Thursday and One Mic, One Globe. So we're always looking for guests. I also have a radio show called Reading in Bed with Jessica that's on Wednesdays at 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. That also streams online. So there's lots of places to be plugged in with the LA Poet Society. And also I invite you on April 29th for Independent Bookstore Day. We'll have our physical open mic over at Midnight Books Whittier. So that's where we will be. And I believe Carlos is going to be there. And we also have Huggy Bear the Poet from Alabama is going to be blessing us. So, but yeah, everybody's welcome. And Miss Drea has been there before. And, I invite you all to hang out with us. So, yeah, I'll pass it over.
Yes, well, you guys have to bless our mic. We need a poem and some flute or a guitar or something.
We have one here. We have just the poem.
Okay, let's go.
We weren't sure. I wasn't sure. But this is an ancestral poem. And I think it's always important to, as Andrea says, to tell your story, share your truth, and don't let anybody else do that for you. Okay. So Juan's got the guitar. Wait a second. Okay, here we go. Sorry, we had to chew away our youngsters. All right, this is a poem called Desert Dreams. Okay.
So just give me a second.
All right, come on. Okay. My chicanismo is the teardrop nopal. Thorns a prickly pear as they teeter in the stillness of light. Balancing steadily from a small root, plucking the flesh. Verde duro. Saluting the lizards as they peek from below its shade. My chicanismo is not a tree in the forest or a soft blade of grass. My chicanismo comes from mujeres whose hands lay red on the soil, fingers chapped and peeling from the sun's chores as they breathe essence of dawn to their strands curl one by one into the other, black radiance, like 3 sisters that know they're stronger together to face the day. Families who cook and clean, not for themselves, but for the earth and each other. Heads bow and smile and pull and chafe. A duty to the other, to hold strong, a pillar of the house, united to shelter the other, never divided, never deceived. Mi chicanismo es de un jardín de chiles de árbol, rojos y verdes, colors shining like the golden shell of a fried tortilla, twisted and flattened, ready to hold the diversity of sweet carne, sizzling, queso expanding, hugging cilantros dazzling green, between the angled face of cebollitas, crema, and roasted salsa. The joys a dollar can bring from the richest taquero, chopping away tender pieces of asada, carnitas, pollo, como ustedes quieran, en la medianoche, shoulders carrying moonlight. This epic portrait of my face as the sun holds it in darkens the sides, reflecting the centuries of women whose eyes I show. Mujeres tan fuertes, the strength of their bellies as they held in their line, descendants of desert dreams, alluring and blessing life. Somos la raza. We are the people to overcome the tugging strife that we witness. We pull warm leche from Madre Tierra's umbilical spout. We hear her whistling in the wind's song, a familiar surprise that recaptures our hearts. corazones beating deeper into the ground, supple with the ocean's mist. The brown of these Chicana eyes beam and retreat into the familiar love of our people. Semillas that share a chuckle, remembering the way our tias made chiles that scorched our tongues with heritage, a bounty of knowing that we're right where we belong, and that it is our right to belong where we are right now. Thank you, my love.
Thank you so much for that piece. Beautiful. Yeah.
Just ask that if anybody got like water for chocolate vibes, to just put a thumbs up in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fire. Oh, that was amazing. Thank you. Great, great duo. Beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Up next, to bless our mic, Queen X.
What?
Queen X is, whew, she does so many things. She's so talented, such a beautiful spirit. And so, like, from the first time that I met her, she was just so warm, you know, and had a really, really great conversation and just beautiful, like, you know, starting to do some beautiful things together. I can't wait to continue to work with her and do different things. We have a lot of great people here that, you know, I've made great connections with because of her, you know. So, Queen X, tell us what you do, who you are, what you have coming out, your anything. Just bless us, and then bless our mic with a nice piece.
Okay. I go by Queen X. Brief history. I used to just be Exodus the Poet, and I just shortened it to Queen X or Queen X the Poet. And Exodus is actually depicting a form of diaspora, but from mental paradigms that I feel like we need to make a cognitive effort to leave on a regular basis. I forget who it was, but in the Bible that said, "I die daily." That was like an old Paul. I thought it was Peter, but yeah, Paul. One of them P's. Yeah, so you know, to die daily means to just let go of the things that aren't serving you, make room for new things, make room for new lessons. And to be the queen of that takes a lot of work. So, Queen X, not X rated, like Hiram Sims would say, but Exodus, like to leave a area where, you know, there's a lot of slavery and restriction and detriment, right? So, to do that mentally, that's what I'm about. So when I talk to people, whether it's as a consultant or as a coach, a lot of the people that I talk to are small business owners and creatives, or creatives in business for themselves. And we are our business. So if we don't take care of ourselves, then our business suffers. And even as artists, we tend to think that creating from pain is like the best thing in the world sometimes, because some of the best material comes from that pain, but that doesn't mean we have to stay there, you know? So there's a lot of mental health caping that I do on my page, just to remind people to just kind of center themselves, be at peace. I'm an advocate for making people aware of the spirit of depression, not the medical um, diagnosis, because I guess that could be the case too when you just have your wires crossed. But for a lot of people, it's really just a spirit, and it has to be attacked aggressively in order for you to thrive. So I put together a photo book with Queen Kwani, Shaquan Lewis, and a bunch of other women from all over the country. I worked with Pear Shaped Press to put it together, and I hand designed all of the pages, orchestrated the photo shoot. I didn't edit any of the photos because I wanted to show the women in their natural beauty. And the idea was to showcase different pictures and words that depicted women overcoming depression, overcoming anxiety, overcoming suicide. And it's a very, very bright book. It's brightly colored. As much as I love black and white photography, I was like, that's not the best way to get people to smile. So I should probably use bright colors. So that's what I did. And it's on Amazon along with my first book that I ever published by myself. Well, I don't want to say by myself because World Stage Press was backing me here. They published me. It's an anthology of short stories that are all fiction, and they're called hidden moments because I always want to get to the bottom of things, and I want to really explore what the human experience is really about. So whether it is the intimacies of romance or the intricacies of revenge, it's like I wanted to dig deep and see, like, if I was this person, what would I do? And then let me times that by 10 and write about it. So that's kind of what Hidden Moments is about. I have 2 books coming out this year. One is called Open Eyes. It's a poetry book, the first one that I'm actually going to publish. I've actually written 2 other manuscripts of poetry since I was about 14. One of them has gone missing, so that'll probably never be published. But then the one after that, I still haven't put out yet. So Open Eyes is kind of the thought process of what was revealed to me in adulthood in my 20s. And so the next book coming after that is going to be about my 30s, but I got to live it first. So now that I'm like almost halfway through my 30s, you can expect that one to be coming out in a couple years. The next book that I'm going to be releasing this summer actually is it's a creative nonfiction piece based on the life of a friend of mine who is a fitness influencer. And I say creative nonfiction instead of autobiography because it is her story, but I did embellish a lot of parts. So it's not 100% her story, but it's her story. And her story is amazing. We touch on being foster kids. We touch on being married young. We touch on domestic violence. We touch on redemption. There's just a lot of themes. I was trying to even writing this, figure out what are the motifs in this. Couldn't even pick just one. So there's a lot of great things in there. The people that I have read clips to, they feel like they can relate. It's very easy read. It's very relatable. It's one of those things where you're like, girl, what's the tea? Like, I need more. What's going to happen next? So I'm finally able to talk about it because we're going to be doing a release party June 3rd. And so it is going to be limited because it's like a preview to the book. So for those of you that are here, if you are interested and you can RSVP, let me know. I am limited on invites, so you gotta let me know ASAP. On top of that, I will be reading at the what library it is on the 29th, the Central Library in LA with World Stage Press. I'll be there on the 29th. And then later on that evening, I'll be at an event that Bomb Entertainment is hosting. That's Ely Johnson down there. The Saturday Night Life in Compton, where we're doing a variety show with poetry, comedy, and R&B. So y'all should come to that. That's a lot, but not as much as the Poet Society got going on, but enough to give you a little tasty taste. You said you wanted me to read something, or
Yes, ma'am.
okay. I'm going to read Can I Pass for American? They got us paying for degrees with our life savings like freedom papers. I said they got us paying for degrees with our life savings like freedom papers. Can I pass for American? When the American dream is a fallacy, we strive to believe despite the ghostly feeling like the people are in a state of reprieve, hoping and praying our life sentence to abate, and all the while we stay in one place, still as a divided race, because fuck niggas. We've played that part already, sang the song and shed the blood of brothers for as long as the days are long. So can I pass now for American? I'm all for the red, the white, and blue. I mean the war, supremacy, and the troops. I play the tax game and work for them dollar stacks. I won't even speak too deep on just how far as the machines reach, just so I could hear Uncle Sam holler back, yo, can I pass for American? My skin tone is attached to a team and a hashtag. I stay repping. My sneaker money probably supports prisons, but I stay stepping. No matter how much of my soul is costing, no matter how much of my dough is costing, I put my airs on and my mask on so you could be blinded by my flossing. I kill instead of march. I march instead of kill. Keep doing the same things, the insane things Baraka spoke of. Yo, I'm ill, sick to my stomach, but fuck it. This faking is bringing cake in, so my pride dies, and every time it stays in, residing with justified hatred towards the system and the people that propagate it, yelling, look, baby, it's a nigga that actually made it. But only by design your father's created. Good for you, black boy. They'll say it. He's smart for a black man. She's beautiful for a darky. I'm this for that, but all that shit is malarkey. Yet I'm still standing. Anger subsided, buried under hope and religion. Even though I can't shake these feelings, I gotta know, can I pass for American? I'm willing to fight the bullies until I become one, willing to pillage my towns and rage until the war you started is won, willing to teach you our ways and let you use them to justify our death by your guns, willing to sell you my essence, serve you our tears, and bathe in our blood. So do I pass now? Can I pass for American? Just when I'm about to go live, I get dead again. When I find myself awake, I just want to go to bed. Again, the road of truth is tarnished and soiled with the carnage of honest men, tread underfoot by liars in the lion's den. I see, but don't speak unless my platform is small, because I can't see myself sacrificing my life for none of y'all. So how about now? Can I pass for American? Why is my mom inserting herself in all of that music?
Yes. Dope.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Goodness gracious, Queen X.
I'm passing the mic back to AJ. AJ, introduce the next person up to the mic.
I sure will. I need a little minute to breathe after Queen X. I was cold blooded. I see me and Elu every time you spit a verse that was hitting hard. I look over at Elu. He was already smiling. We were right there with it, man.
Thank
So,
you.
Thank you for telling that truth and speaking it with so much rhythm and flair. The next artist coming up just so happened to be the brother I was looking at while we were listening to Queen X. He's going to talk to us and tell us about the wonderful show that I can't wait to come up to up in Compton. This is Brother Elu Johnson.
Thank you, brother. How you doing, man?
Excellent. Good to see you.
Wow, Queen X, it's a hard act to follow. God, I'm glad I'm on your team. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Elu Johnson. I don't call myself a poet. I really don't call myself an artist. I call myself a Renaissance man because growing up as a kid in the hood, living all over Southern California and the Bay Area, you get to get a variety of who you are and how people see you. I'm 50 years old, born in Watts, and my background is in art, music, dance, and community work. I just give you a little snippet. I'm an author, I'm an artist. I've did several murals all over LA, Long Beach. I do sculpturing. I do carvings. I'm a business owner. Uh, I've owned a barber salon. I have an entertainment business. Um, I've modeled. I've done a lot of stuff in my lifetime, you know. So, but right now I'm an activist. I've always been an activist mentally. You know what I'm saying? When you live in a community like, you know, Los Angeles, and I don't say just one part because I've been all over. Um, you get to see different perspectives from other people's eyes. For a moment in time, I lived in Oxnard, and to see field workers or migrant workers, or however you want to sum them up, out in the strawberry fields. You get to run out there with them and run next to them, and you get to understand their struggles. So when you understand city living and free food programs and all those different things, you know, you can write your own book in a sense. And so as time went by, I worked with different politicians and different people in the limelight, and I worked with different community leaders, and I did certain things to help people better themselves and pull themselves up by them bootstraps, as they say. So right now, what I'm doing, I'm creating a team of creative people. That's how I'm gonna say it like that. So like, you know how you go to the store and your mom said, all right, go pick your Crayolas. I don't know if some of y'all ever done that, but my mom used to let me go pick my Crayolas. And every Crayola has a different effect, a different hue, a different light to it. And you can't just pick one. You try to pick red, that's not always the one you need. You try to pick blue, sometimes it ain't the mood you're feeling. You try to pick yellow, sometimes it's just a little too bright. And so as time went by, I have a big box of Crayolas. And right now, I have a redhead Crayola that gets the job done. I got a beautiful beige Crayola that's smarter than a whip. I got a green Crayola to make you laugh. I have several different purple Crayolas and all different varieties of color right now. And these are the people I like to stretch myself out with, you know. As time goes by, you evolve. You evolve. Everybody should evolve. And if you stay stagnant at where you don't put the right people around you, creative people around you in your circle, you stay dormant. You stay hidden away from your truth as a human being, not as a man, not as a woman. You stay hidden from your true identity. And that's why I call myself a Renaissance man. You know, I'm not in, I never really was into sports, even though I played, ran track, played football, played basketball. I tried them all. I was more into art, music, dance, and culture. So in saying that, it's a lot of different layers to me, because when you come up in LA and you travel a little bit, you find out different perspectives about yourself. So this is the book. I don't know if y'all can see it very clearly. This is the book. It's called Linwood that I wrote. And I had a partner, Linwood, in the house. I saw you, Carlos. So I had a co-partner that came in at the tail end of the book to help me out. The thing is, I was commissioned by the city, and I still work for the city. I've been working there for the last 25 years or more. I work for the city of LA. I work for the city of Long Beach. And Linwood so happened to say, hey, Ilu, you're creative. You're the most artistic person we have in the city. We want you to create this book for us. And so a publishing company reached out to me, and I gave them the background. So I did research on our community, which is Linwood. And originally, I used to be afraid of this city. And the reason I was afraid of the city of Linwood, because as a kid in Watts, you growing up as a kid, you have free range to walk your neighborhood. And at that time, in walking my neighborhood, I wanted to see the Watts Towers. So I told my mom I'd walk with my cousin, and I walked to the Watts Towers. Well, Watts Tower wasn't enough. So we big and bad, we're gonna walk a little more down the tracks. Go across the tracks, and you go into a community across Alameda called Linwood. And they used to have these old abandoned depots. And, being a kid, we throw rocks at the depot and we keep walking. Well, this old white man didn't like that. And so he told me and my cousin, hey, boy, get your ass back across them tracks. We didn't take that very kindly and lightly. He said, forget you. We didn't say that, but, get you, old man, and kept walking. Well, as we on our way back, we decided to throw a couple more rocks, hit the old depot, knock the windows out, and come back across the track. Before we can get back across the track, the old man said, didn't I tell you get y'all black asses across them tracks and don't come over here no more? And my cousin turned around and gave the man the finger. Why you want to go and do that? The next thing I know is, and he shot at us with, it's called rock salt. I was so scared, I didn't know what the hell rock salt was. But when it hit me, I felt it. And to this day, I still have the scars where I got shot at. So I was scared to come to Linwood for a while. Until my grandmother said, hey, Elu, I need you to come with me. We're going to go over to Sears. And we're going to Zodi's to get some clothes. And I'm like, I don't want to go. So I was scared of Linwood for a long time. And then to one day, my mom and dad moved us over there. And then I started working for the community. And it changed some faces. And it looked more like me. Well, it was an honor to actually write this book, because I was writing a part of history that I was scared of. And so how you take your fears and turn them into your tramps, you overcome, certain things. You grab life by the horns and you just ride it. Well, in the process of writing the book, I had to go and do some research and some history of the city of LA. And I wind up running into that stubborn bull of racism again, because when I got downtown LA, I wasn't a professor. I didn't have the credentials, and I was a black man, young black man. And I went down to the library and they said, what you doing up in here? And I said, I'm doing some research for a book that I'm doing for my community. And they said, you can't be in here. You ain't got no credentials. You don't have the right you need some gloves on, and you're not a professor. You don't have any background to dig in the crates you're going in. So it has archives that talks about the city of Los Angeles in downtown LA in the public library. And certain books you have to have certain understanding about before you go into them. But I did learn so much, not just about Linwood, but LA, period. I learned, first of all, California is named after a black woman. Second of all, some of the history that I wrote, now I see it on the internet, and other communities are tapping into it to write about their communities. I learned about the Huntingtons. I learned about the Slauson family. I learned about all the different streets that you see in LA, the Crenshaw family. I learned all these different families that make up LA when it was partial land and it got broken up, and all the different dons that was here in LA, how they owned all the different parts of LA. And I got to understand a little bit more about where I live and where I came from. And I got to share it with the world. So now there wasn't no, let me Google it and let me figure it out. I was the Google. I was the, let's start with the Wikipedia. I was the Wikipedia. I was the Wikipedia at that time. And I wrote the rich history of our community. After I did Linwood, City of Compton followed, and then so on and so on and so on, because we were all connected as one community. And so if you ever get a chance, you want to learn something about the community of Los Angeles, not just Linwood, you could find out about it. If you want to talk to me, you could tap into it. So I'm going to leave it at that because there's so much to me. I don't want to, take over the whole thing. But I'll leave y'all a little piece since I'm supposed to do a little poetry. Since today is the day, the reason I wore this shirt, and a lot of people didn't know because I kept it black and white. Today, 420, y'all. And I don't puff no more, but I don't mind driving through my community and smelling the vibe, if you get my drift. So I'm gonna do a piece. Oh, I see you, baby. I'm gonna do a piece real quick. Growing up as a kid, you knew her name, but you was too ashamed to say the truth. You was too young to understand, but you knew her scent as you grew. You see the people in the park having a good time, not just a bottle of wine, but they passed it all the time, and you knew her very clear. And as time goes on and you grew a little taller, then you became a baller, then you go to a good party and you knew who she was. But you was told, no to drugs, no to this, no to that. And you knew that if you did, you would suffer the consequences when you got home. So you just kept moving on. As time goes by and you get a little tempted and you feel that rush, then you start to blush and she looked you in your eyes and she sparkle and get a little red, get a little glaze. And then all of a sudden you stop behaving and you understand what it really means to take a kiss of Mary Jane. Now, Mary Jane, she just didn't touch you a little bit. She made you tingle. She made you feel different. She made you mingle. She made you come off the wall. She made you drop your balls and feel a little raw. And Mary Jane made you smile, made you laugh for a while, made you talk, made you think, made you understand what it meant to be one with the community. Because you weren't the only one that was passing the duchy to the left-hand side. Mary Jane, everybody knew how she made you duck and glide and feel all good and all right, just being who you are. Now, as time goes on, Mary Jane, she made you feel a certain way that just wasn't right, because at the end of the night, you gotta go to bed and get up, and then you want another little puff. But you can't smoke her, you can't toke her, you can't take her to work. But everybody else knew the type of dirt that you was doing. Because you're still wearing her smile on your face and your eyes and your glassy gleam. Your smile as you seem to want another little puff. And somebody next to you said, hey, me too. So time goes on and you hear the same old song on the radio, and now you're a grown ass man. And you say, Rick James, man, now I understand. And then you all of a sudden hear Pass the Dutchie to the left-hand side and all the other songs that talk about it, from Puff the Magic Dragon and on to the break of dawn. Let me tell you, Mary Jane has her own same old song that you never knew everybody was talking about. But as time goes on, you still see the same old song, just a different day, different time, different channel. And she don't change. That's the name of Miss Mary Jane.
Thank you for that piece. Okay.
Is Cosandra, you over there choking? I knew I heard somebody choking.
And Mary Jane is having a party.
I ain't the only one. Okay.
I don't know what you talk about.
Okay. Up next to Bless Our Mic. So myself, Carlos, Queen X, and Elu have event Saturday Night Life on the 29th of April. As Queen X said, everybody should come out and support. It's going to be a dope show. Carlos, tell us about yourself, what you do, what books you have coming out, what books you have already in print, and then bless our mic.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Hello,
can hear you.
everybody. My name is Carlos Ornelas. I'm an artist. I'm a poet. I'm an author of Ketchup, Sopa de Gato, and I have a book coming out, Villains Vernacular. Um, I'm working on the last pieces of it as we speak, but I get ready to bring it out. So excited about that. I'll get right to it. This is called Forthwith. No matter if the worst in men jump up from them, as monsters do, when debris of beaten ghosts plunge from broken worlds above, even when they spring their cleverly positioned traps beneath you and the grainy drops of terror start to feel you, please continue. When servant beasts grow displeased from being made the fool and blitz you for they text you you're not fit enough to rule, and predatory instincts are silenced by the horde, if to halt is what they bid you, remember to continue. Once totality has failed and the kneel becomes an option, and futile pediments to deities who forever fail to hear you come tumbling back to you from the darkened blue of space, and hesitate your state of grace, do not retrace, continue. When falling stars illuminate your night with blinding splendor and brand the earth with fractures reaching far beyond its center, and everything you knew of faith for man has slowly vanished, when hopelessness is all that lies within you, still continue. Though earthquakes and tsunamis be the fate of fellow men, and evolution threatened by the hands of Mother Nature, if love you once possessed became the evil that prevails, and merry worlds of revenue offend you, just continue. Though daggers may slice at you from the thick of ghastly mist, the silky musk of bloody drips, the red that warms your lips, when all attack your helpless back with wounds that rupture souls, if any life at all remains within you, still continue. When evil men surround you with intent to break your faith, and wicked, clever women twist your loving words to hate, and origami figures of your soul is all that's left. If death herself shall halt you and forbid you, do continue. When alabaster figures have been placed in all your temples, and statues of your gods have been torn from under earth, and desecrated graves is what's left of all your elders. If all the things you are they now forbid you, do continue. When the bulk of all your enemies have gathered up at once, with intent to shoot their blades on you and stab you with their guns, when they keep from you their bitches and they sick on you their sons, if fangs break skin, injecting venom in you, still continue. When the grimy, grimly hands of grim reapers reach about you, and death's touch has clutched the flush on the lust that is your being, when the wooden curtain closes and they shovel you with roses, wonder if you will be parched or have it in you to continue. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you so much for that piece. That was deep. Yes. Pass the mic back to AJ. AJ, introduce our next guest.
Excellent piece, Carlos. I wanted to say to Elu, I want to let everybody know uh, Elu is too true when he's shouting out Zodies. that's a LA situation right there, man. Right, Linda? Because I saw you mentioned it as well. That took me. It just hit me all the way back. I grew up.
Yeah,
I lived,
that's I mean, I haven't heard that name in years.
right, like Fedco. You know what I mean? Fanco. Yes, and
Blue
without
chip stamps.
Yes. Oh, that too.
the blue chips.
And white front.
And
Yep.
green
See,
chips
Yep.
too. They have green
Yeah.
chips too.
we about to go on a
Green
reminiscing
stamps.
session right here. Without any further ado, we are bringing up to the mic Miss Linda LaRose. We want to know what you're
Hi.
doing.
Thank you very
Where's your
much.
book?
My second time on this show, and thank you so much for having me here. My name is Linda LaRose, and I've been writing since 1993. And I've been doing also. I do like acting. I've done okay. So Joyce. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little distracted by a comment somebody put on the thing, but okay, let me continue. So yeah, also I do like I'm a performance poet, and I wrote a solo show in 2007 called Summer Fruit, and it took me like years and years. Look, took me about 10 years to rewrite it and what have you. And I put it up at the Hollywood Fringe Festival in 2017. Also, it was over at this festival called Solo Queens Fest over at Bootleg Theater. But during the pandemic, when theater was closed, I got together with my director and we put a whole bunch of videos, of my poetry up on YouTube. So that's that. And I just love poetry. I love poetry. I just how I got into poetry was I my dad had passed away, and I started writing in a journal, and I discovered over time that I could write poetry, because I didn't even know that I had that voice. You know what I mean? So I just started writing, and I just kept on going, and I knew that this was like the right path for me over time. And it took me time to really develop my voice, and so I'm still working on my voice even to this day. And so and also somebody, Elu talked about being like an activist. I think I'm an activist in my own way. I'm very, very passionate about politics, about what's going on right now in this world. And right, I'm a member of my neighborhood council, and um, I'm a committee chair for a homeless committee, also on a committee dealing with social and racial equity. And those issues are very, very passionate to me. And I just see, this, if you're in Los Angeles, as long as I have, I mean, to see the city sort of, I mean, I just feel like in some ways it's a beautiful city, but then there's just, I just see it over time sort of deteriorating, and it makes me sad, and I just really, I really feel like my poetry is about, I really want to take a stand with my poetry, and make I'm a proponent of just like making leaving a place better than how I found it. And so that's important to me. That's very, very essential. So yeah, that's I like to do that. And upcoming gigs. Well, over the weekend, I'm going to be at El Camino College Art Gallery. I'm going to be with me and a couple of other poets I used to know back in the day, back at the Onyx Cafe. If anybody, I used to go to that reading like many, many years ago in Los Feliz, and so that place was very special to me. And I'm going to be at the LA Times Festival of Books, signing my book. Oh, book. My book got published last year, called Sunshine and Concrete on World Stage Press. And the reason why it's called Sunshine and Concrete is because I'm talking about kind of like a dichotomy. I mean, there are poems that kind of take you high as the sky with poems of like school parties back in the day, poems about apricots, poems about like like family legacy, like curry, because I'm first generation American. My parents are Caribbean, so on and so forth. But then there are poems that are very, gritty, that kind of, very take you, smack you down on the concrete, with poems of what's going with the pandemic. I mean, this book was written during the height of the pandemic. But poems about racism, poems about January the 6th, and poems about just all the craziness that's going on in this world right now, and how do I fit in as a poet? So so that's pretty much that's a little bit about me. And I'm going to read a piece from my book, and it'll be a poem kind of like on the sunshine aspect of things, and it's called, oh, here it is. It's called Yellow Off the Bone. It's about my mom, who, I'm as a first generation, like as a Caribbean American. Curry is a food staple in our household, and this is kind of like an homage to curry. Yellow Off the Bone. Mom's curry in summertime. Smell of earth and spice in a black coal pot. I want something to remember yellow by, like the pot sitting on mom's stove remembers yellow. The pot remembers her gold braceleted hands as they cut pieces of chicken, leg by wing by thigh, along with the celery, tomato, and onion. As the chicken would simmer, it would surrender to color. After my mom cooked the curry, yellow would hang on the walls and sit on the furniture for days and breathe in the spaces between our fingers and toes. And the pot would bleed yellow for days. As mom's hands stirred the curry, they remembered a time when she was a young girl in St. Vincent. Her mother's hands guided her to stir. They remember the strong smell of mustard lingering in the hot, humid air, the melt of amber in her mouth. And one day the pot will be mine. One day I will conjure curry in a black midnight pot like my mother and her mother before her. One day I will coax yellow to fall off bone. One day I will become yellow earth. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Wow.
Loved it.
That was so beautiful and vivid.
Yes.
Wow.
The imagery.
I can smell the curry.
Yes.
Great poet.
Okay. I have a favor to ask Juan.
Yeah. I mean,
Juan, can you play your flute behind our piece that me and AJ is gonna do right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
No, wait a minute.
Come on, AJ.
Don't shy away now.
I'm not ready. Okay, let me say this real quick. Elu up in here eating chips. Linda LaRose is talking about curry.
Making drinks and whatnot.
Jessica and Juan had a whole piece about food. And you know Drea is a chef over here and makes the best food in the history of mankind. I'm super hungry. I'm not even in the. I couldn't even begin to do a poem.
I haven't had my
I'm
dinner.
ready to get up and go to 7-Eleven to get me some snacks.
AJ, we want to do this piece. Come on, Juan.
Hey,
I don't have it ready. I don't even have it ready.
I'm about to send it to you.
No. See, and here's the other thing.
Yeah.
No, here's the other thing.
AJ.
I got to say,
AJ. I feel
No.
your pain.
AJ.
Queen X, you said you want some curry. Now,
But I ate already, so I'm good. Go ahead, do your thing, AJ.
this is what I have to say. What's that, Elu?
Sister Aileen made some gumbo, and I'm still vibing off.
Oh yes, I was supposed to.
Wait, how you get the gumbo and I didn't?
Yeah,
That was
I
so
remember
good.
last year she made
I really
fire,
like,
baby.
mwah,
How you get the invite?
You did get the invite. Everybody Everybody did.
I ain't doing no poetry because I didn't get no gumbo.
Locations.
AJ, I just sent you the piece.
No, I didn't
You
get no
gonna leave me
gumbo though.
hanging, AJ?
You didn't
That's
send
what
me.
you gonna do?
You didn't send me the gumbo. No, I ain't doing no beef. Send me the gumbo.
Party foul. You
I'm
gonna
gonna
talk
send you
about
the gumbo after this piece. Okay,
Dude,
I'm ready.
Dude,
Juan,
I'm
could
so
you play your
hungry.
flute?
You know.
Right, here comes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? I'm up here trying to enjoy and co-host.
You ready? You ready?
This piece is titled Tactile. Written by myself, Miss Andrea the Poet, and AJ Juan. Deep eye gazing, fingertips touching lips, mouth wide and tongue sliding deep inside throats. Caressing the line of faces, pulling one another close. Rotating hips, seductive moves, wet lips.
Open, waiting on what's next. Connect as one, intertwined beliefs, values, spiritual, feeling of romance. Dancing to the alluring melodies. Enticing aroma of love in the air. Oh, what memories we share. Tactile veracity.
Tender kisses outline of the human canvas. Whispers of love, keep on loving me. In the mood. Feel like romancing, a slow, steady groove. We are in tune, one. We rhyme, play it back. Slow breathing, loving you in a special way. You know you had me. I like it. Giving all this love. Tracing the outlines of thoughts. I call your name. Always pleasure after the pain. Place no one above. I choose you.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn.
Thank you.
Where's the rest? I was.
What'd you say, Queen X?
that was it.
That's good. Now, Dre, tell Queen X what's really going on. It's a whole bunch more, Queen X.
It's more.
It's a whole bunch more.
I was
That was
ready
hot.
for it.
That was just what she sent me, though.
I'll be real. It's hot.
Wow. I mean,
I'm licking the screen.
I love that piece.
I love
Thank
that piece.
you.
So I have a question. That's a beautiful piece. I got a question. I think this is something that we have a responsibility to do as a group here. I'm so loving all the events, the books. There's so much information in the first 25 minutes of the show. Either we need to write something down inside here, the books and the events, because I heard the 29th. I heard something was at the Central Library, and then there was another thing in Compton. So is that the same date, or we got to figure all this stuff out and create some type of calendar so that we can attend everything? Yes, Elo.
All right. I just want to tap in. I totally agree with you. And I nominate Queen X to create a calendar of events. Because it's all about timing. It's all about timing. And some stuff is in the daytime, some stuff is in the evening.
Right.
There's so many things going on over LA that if you take your time and look at it and plan and implement, there's so many things you can do within the weekend. You won't miss stuff. And then if you collaborating right with the right people, some people, y'all live close to each other. We could just pick up a carpool. I know with my Traverse, I could put about 5 bodies in it, baby. You understand what I'm saying? So as far as it goes, ain't no rhyme or reason we can't all hang out and vibe together.
I say we all put on a show together. Everybody in this room. We just come together. We got Cosandra, comedy. We got Jessica and Juan. They do well. We got AJ. Y'all heard his poetry, right? Y'all heard him. We got Elu, Linda Rose, Queen X, Carlos, dope. Kaylee. So this weekend, myself, Kaylee, and Carlos is going to be at the first annual Community Poetry Fest. It is put on by Open Heart Spoken Word and Creative Love Network. and it's going to be at 6080 Center Drive in LA, California, 90045 from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. I'm going to be selling peach cobbler, and it's going to be other food there. Yes. So we just, I wish Kelly could have been on the show tonight. She's a dope poet. And I'm going to bring her on again so y'all can hear her work. She's so just beautiful. And the following weekend, which is the 29th, we're going to be at Elu's event. So myself, Kaylee, Carlos, we're all performing there as well. And Elu, you got to get AJ on your mic.
Bro, say no more. What are you doing on that day?
I'm there.
Facts.
I
need us for men. We got so many powerful women out there now.
You gotta perform. Don't just show up.
Yes,
my brother.
Right. Did somebody say I could be on AJ's mic?
Yeah.
Vacancy.
I'm just making sure I heard I could rap on a mic. I mean, because I don't have no poetry, But just these niggas got skills.
AJ?
Yes, sir.
You better have all your black on. Because I heard in Compton, we got gators walking around.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Gators walking around.
You guys, I can't forget to introduce my girl, Lynn E. Smith. She is a mental health therapist, a women's activist. I'm trying to make her a poet. She do got some poetry though, but she's a powerful speaker, a great friend. She is one of the only people I allow to pray for me. She's that deep. Yes. So y'all, you better tell them about you, Lynn. Come on, girl.
We got to get mental health up into this. We need some mental health. We just couldn't. You had to bring somebody to calm down the crazy. So you put your lid up in here. You know what I'm saying? So what? Because it ain't mental health month till May. Okay. So now you
she gonna be in all May.
Okay, all May. She's just gonna be here to help the crazy. Is she even listening to us? Yeah. She listen to us because she on mute. Because if she was listening to us, she hear me talk the smack about her. But she just watch her head go to the right. She ain't paying no attention. Look. What? I ain't paying no attention.
To get a word in. It is everything. I personally for my target. I had a lot going on in my background, driving and using my navigation and maps. So it would have been more of a distraction than a help tonight. But I'm glad I was able to get in. All of you are so talented. I'm always just honored to grace this space. I really appreciate my friend and sister Drea for having this platform, always making me feel a part of you all's artistry and your creative space. I thank you so much. As I always say, there's purpose in just about everything we do. All of us are packaged different. We look different. Our giftings are different. And I just think that what we bring to the table is so valuable and is so needed in such a world that is just so corrupt. And if we really dig deep into it, we can look at it as a hopeless place. But I think when we connect with genuine people that are still in touch with humanity, we can see that there is still hope and even the crazy and chaos that's going on. So again, thank you guys for allowing me to be here. I'm working on some amazing projects. I don't want to put them out too soon or speak about it too soon until it really starts coming into fruition. But I'm looking forward to sharing some more things with you all on the platform. And again, as always, it's a blessing to be in you guys' space, and thank you for sharing it with me.
Yes, and we're taking this artist connection not only on YouTube and Let's Talk Radio, we're also taking it to the TV media stream as well. And you guys are all welcome to join me there as well. We're going to bring Jessica and Juan back up to our mic. Bless our mic again.
All right, let me bring him on back. He was gonna get putting the kids to sleep, but I'll bring him back in. Hold on a sec.
We can come back to you, Jessica. AJ, I'm passing the mic back to you.
Yes. Thank you. And we are going to run it back. What about Cosandra Calloway?
You can introduce Cosandra. That's what, you know.
Okay. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Artist Connection. It's a pleasure seeing you again, Lenny. Lenny, it was good seeing you at the library.
Yes, likewise, AJ. Good seeing you as well. Thank you.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure.
Likewise.
Next, coming up to the stage or coming up to the mic, and pretty soon, hopefully, she will unmute the video and let us see her wonderful face and unmute the microphone for us. This is Cosandra Calloway.
I'm not going to unmute the mic because I am actually exhausted. So I apologize for no more face this evening. But what I'm going to do is I think Juan and Jessica are ready. So I'm going to let them perform. Because I'm over here, you know, on AJ's voice, right? You know what I'm saying? The Cougar Gate out here, you know, it's real hard.
All right, we can bust out one quick one here, and then we got to put the kids to bed. Okay.
All right.
They want to be visible here. Here, come on, say hi. This is Sol. Hi.
So,
that's baby boy. Okay, say hi to the people. And then
Sol.
Luna. Come here. Here's Luna. Here's baby girl.
Sol and Luna. Sun and moon, huh?
That's right. Yep. And now, we'll go ahead and share one more piece with you. Thank you for having us again. Oh, yeah, there's like, okay, that way. It's a whole family affair here. All right.
Okay. Please close the door, baby.
Let's just do ocean mantra. Memory. It's in this memory of life that we keep each other alive. Beyond the veil of dark and light, again, we wish to reunite. It's our words of love that resurrect the days, the years of life we spent together forever, or so it seems, to be there for each other and live our dreams. Today, we remember the faces we love. We imitate them, honor their legacy they've shown, and in this moment, their life force is strong and blends in with ours from the beyond. Let us cherish this time, hold hands to remind one another the beauty our loved ones shared. From the drinks they enjoy, the sweets they ate, the favorite games, their unique taste, in this we show we care. We hold them dear in our hearts that grow and glow to show the world an infinite life that our beloveds rise. In this we bow and become ready to embrace as they cross the threshold. And once again, we see their face.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was amazing. Thank you so much. Oh.
Yes.
We wanted to show you our books too, just for a quick flash of our books. They're like twins, like almost like our kids. We both have. He has an honorable mention from the International Latino Book Awards for the best book of poetry by a single author in English. And here's my book, Series Slonging. Not an award winner, but my book nevertheless. But thank you for having us as part of your event, your show. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. I want to invite you all to join us for May 28th. We have the annual Always Running Book Festival, which is a festival that honors J. Rodriguez's memoir, Always Running. And the book is 30 years old this year, so we're going to be throwing a huge party for him. And right now we're looking for vendors, we're looking for sponsors, and also volunteers that want to help us behind the scenes. We're thinking of having some live art or some art, like a gallery. So Ilu, I was like, I heard you like that you're very creative, and I'm an artist. So I mean, I definitely would love to keep in touch with everyone to be a part of that festival, or or just attend. And we're really excited. We often put on festivals every month. And in June, we're putting on a Queer Writers Festival. In July, we're having our first mindfulness or a wellness festival. So anyhow, there's so many opportunities. We are poets, but also we are very inclusive of all genres of creatives. It's all about creative community. And we support each other. And we also publish each other. We publish work. So we're about to publish our first single author book by Mauricio A. Moreno, Soul on Fire, in May. We're going to have his book launch. We started in 2020, so really excited that this is our first single author book. Before we've done literary journals and anthologies. So we hope to see, just engage with you even more. And thank you, Andrea, for bringing us all together.
You're so welcome.
Before you go, I would like to. So I do things they call paint and sip and sculpture and sip and stuff like that. I want to first thank you for letting me go onto your stage and share my piece with you about life and death, and then on top of that, if you don't mind, if y'all want to. If y'all want to do sculpture, or if y'all want to do paint, and y'all bring the agua fresca, I like to help y'all.
Hey, I like that. My cup is ready. Cheers.
So
no, that sounds good. Absolutely.
I enjoyed the vibe of your event that day. It was worth the ride all the way to Hollywood.
Oh yeah. Good.
And I thank you for you and your husband being so gracious. I really enjoyed myself. You're beautiful people. So hopefully I get to see you at one of my events, but when you get ready to do yours.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yes, it's great to meet you and hear your words and creativity, and you're welcome back anytime. You're part of LA Poet Society. All y'all are. So we just gotta keep growing and activating ourselves and supporting each other.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, pass the mic back to you, AJ.
I thought I had the mic. I want to say that it's a pleasure to have Drea and Queen X in the same room together, because I'm looking at your background and I see you both in the living room right now, right? So would y'all turn around and say hello to each other?
Hey girl, hey.
Right. Yes. The next coming up on the mic, Jessica and Juan. That was wonderful. I love the empire that you're creating through love. I love that your son and daughter is sun and moon. That's everything about it is just poetry. You're all poetry over there, and that's a beautiful thing. I love that, and it's a pleasure to be a part of LA Poet Society. I'm fresh to the whole thing. I've been doing it for a while, but I've been removed from it even longer. So meeting poets, listening to poetry is something that I cherish, because I want to hear the expressions, the stories, and all the different styles that those stories are told in. It's a very active listening experience. You get so much more information and knowledge about people when you hear that storytelling. Where they came from, what they plan to do, what they've gone through, and what they've overcome. So It's wonderful. It's wonderful. The next artist coming up, we're gonna spin the block. Come back to Carlos. You ready, Carlos? Let's run it.
All right. I'm gonna do this one for my boy, man. He asked me to do this, so I'll do this again. It's called Radio. Radio. You want to talk about democracy? Check this out. LA County holding tanks are beds, and toilet paper rolls are pillows. And chow time, count time, and downtime is how time is divided. Within these walls, slavery has never been abolished. In fact, it only has been polished. Racism is promised and accomplished, and segregation is the common knowledge. It is the purgatory of humanity, where abnormality becomes reality, an abstraction to Picasso's satisfaction. Every action has reaction, and the laws of Newton definitely fashioned and practiced on a daily basis in these mazes. And every race is racist, while every single face in this place faces cases, even those outside the cages, uniformed and paid in wages. LA County baptized in numerology, so your name is now spelled in digits. And those who lack the faith have suddenly become religious. And plagiarism of prayer is a process for the criminals and crosses who wonder why the missus never visits. And the verdict doesn't end behind these bars. Out there, they give you time, and here they give you scars and jackets that you cannot remove. And paperwork is truth that words can never prove. The animals are housed in separate cages. Rats, stool pigeons, and the rapists are among their own species. Habitat, PC, and more policies and politics than Washington, D.C. And once you've been in here, a slave forever you shall be. For though you get released, you're never set free. You want to talk about democracy? Well, that talk is too extensive. And freedom is expensive in LA County. Thank you.
Woo! Hey,
Wow. Oh,
play that, Carlos.
yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Damn.
That was
hold on.
fire.
Italian.
That was fire.
Damn,
Come on,
dog.
Carlos.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah. Some serious bars. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's truth in there.
Sheesh.
Carlos is the truth.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I'm gonna pass the mic back over to the chef, Miss Drea.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, up next to bless our mic, we're gonna pass it back to Queen X. Queen X, bless our mic once again.
Okay. I'm gonna give y'all an option. Okay. I'd say a title, you pick which one. We got ICU Woman and Sapio Sex.
ICU Woman. Sapio Sex.
Jesus Christ. Y'all hear my mom in the background? Sapio Sex.
Sex. Let's talk about sex.
She
baby.
right. She right about it. Look at it's 9:30. It's 9:30. It's time.
It's time to get it in and go to sleep. We got to get up in the morning.
Mhm.
Okay. His dexterity was heavenly with verbs for digits. His ebony momentarily stunned my vision. Then his lips offered a sip, drunk with insight. Foreplay was lit, I admit. Then we took flight. Drinking of his fifth was suckling wisdom, honeycombed with thoughts of loving his kingdom. Vibes rippled, star patterns high from lack of gravity. Lust of pardon when lips gushed of its depravity. I became transparent. Worlds away, my dismay was clear. My translucent self needed help to appear. In recompense, false evidence was removed. His light had the might to pass through. I found myself embracing this vulnerable state in a place where his mind and mine transcended to all times. This sapio sex is sublime.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. Sublime.
You ain't right.
Okay.
Sublime, all right.
Damn. You make people think about it, huh?
Okay, let me go ahead and stop this
Okay.
clapping. I'm trying to take my hands off my hands and stop this clapping there. That's it, Queen X.
Mic drop.
Okay, I'm passing the mic back to you, AJ. Bring up our next.
Every time you pass the mic, I'm always having to think about Queen X's, her thing.
Yeah. Wait. Run that back again. Say that real slow with that deep voice you got. Say that one more time.
I ain't saying nothing. So the next artist coming up is my brother. See, now I was living on Imperial and Central. So you talking about Linwood, Watts, Compton. My children went to Centennial. Yeah,
Wow.
that's it. This is my brother right here, Elu Johnson.
Wow.
We ready for you.
Oh, dang. I'm going to talk about some of the events. Dang, this is deep. All right. Dang, the world is so small once you start living it. You know what I'm saying? Once you get out the house, your neighborhood, into the world, and evolving to be the person you're supposed to be, you wind up connecting with brothers and sisters that are just like you. It feels so good being on here tonight. It really does. So one of my boys is celebrating his 1-year anniversary on Earth Day on April the 23rd, which is Sunday from 12 to 5. I'll be there DJing. Let's at Planet Health, where we're gonna be doing the poetry. It might be backwards, but I'll put it up on my IG for some people who can't see. Then, like I said, we have this going on. We're gonna have the beautiful sister up there on A Lee on the mic. We're gonna have Queen X. She's one of the ladies that's hosting the event with me, and then a beautiful lady by the name of Cosandra. I think I said it right this time. No, you make me sick. You know that. That's my English teacher up there at the top.
Drea. She's a
Joe Drea. Okay, and then brother Carlos. He's gonna be on the mic. And then also new to our realm in Compton, AJ. We're gonna have him on the mic. And then right now we actually in the process working on a play. The play is already put together. We putting the production team together, light, sound, cameras, action, the whole 9 yards, and looking for a film crew to shoot it. We're about to get our marketing team together and make sure everybody's right and tight. But Andrea has a play that she's been doing for the last few years. But since COVID, things have shut down. So we're going to revitalize it just like a phoenix and bring it back to life. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do 2 sets. One going to be filmed in a venue, and the other one's going to be in an outside form under the stars. And we got a lot of other productions going on, people that I'm working with. We got a fashion show that I'm working on. We have every month we're going to do Saturday Night Live over in the city of Compton right now until it grows out that venue. And once we knock it off the walls, we're going to take it elsewhere in other cities. So if y'all like what y'all hear and y'all like what y'all see, it's nothing but a pot of gumbo. Everybody add their little, flavor to it. And then besides that, I guess I can do one more poem. I really didn't feel like it, but yeah. I don't know if y'all ever heard about this gentleman. He sings a song called "Living in a Bottle," and this man was ahead of his time.
That's right.
And coming up in the neighborhood like Watts and seeing individuals, basically grown ass men, they were your scholars back in the day. You know what I'm saying? They were the gurus. They were the people that had something to say. And so I call this one "Living in a Bottle." So Sometimes you see me, sometimes you don't. You might walk right past me, but I guarantee you won't forget me. I might be your mama, I might be your daddy. I might be that old man, that old damn granny. As you understand my slur, you understand my tone. Don't you know? You understand when I make it home. Sometimes you understand the way that I feel because sometimes you wish I could pay the bills. But baby, don't mess with me right now because I'm feeling real good. As time goes on, I feel so good. I don't forget who I used to be. But living in this bottle, I don't feel like I got to be scared to be hanging from a tree. As I'm that guru, that wisdom, that person that you come to, I ask you for $1 and I give you something to sing to. As you see me sitting on this milk crate, don't you know I'm still leaning to the side, but I'm straight. I'm that man, I'm that woman that's dealing with my stress, but I'm living my best life, living in this bottle, so don't get blessed. Don't try to preach, don't try to teach, because I've been around the best of you, and you all seem to understand you live in the bottle too. You just got a better way of hiding it, and I see you.
Next up to the mic is Linda LaRose, and then AJ1 is going to close the show. And everybody stay on after the credits roll so we can just say our goodbyes.
Okay. Here it is. My friend Joy is on the listening to the YouTube right now, and there's a poem this is one of her favorite poems. It's called Morning News, and it's all about the all the crazy news that happened. I mean, this is like, again, this is written during the height of the pandemic and even before that, and so I'm just going to let the piece speak for itself. Morning is like MOURNING, like morning. And in San Diego, the caravan is 20 miles away. And in Parkland, I can almost hear the gunshots. And in LA, a nurse is living in her car. And in DC, it's day 23 of the shutdown. Another young brother's life never mattered to a cop in Baltimore. Living while black gets you killed. Living while black gets you killed. Living while black gets you killed. In Charlottesville, tiki torch whites are making America dark again, chanting, "You will not replace us. You will not replace us. You will not replace us." Trump raped yet another woman. Trump raped yet another woman. Trump raped yet another woman. In the shadows, Putin's watching the nation fall one vote at a time. Puerto Rico is in darkness. I still can't drink the water in Flint. I see a migrant dad and his daughter dead face down in the Rio Grande. I hear children in cages crying for their parents. I taste tears streaming down my face watching 24-hour news cycles. I'm in mourning over morning news. Poets write the soul of the nation, but I alone cannot fix this. Do you think I can band-aid this country with a few well-placed syllables and consonants? Do you think my words can stop COVID-19 from killing us all? Do you really think I can reunite immigrant children with their parents? No one can replace us. No one can replace them. No one can replace them. No one can replace them. I am stretched 5,000 miles between Alaska and Maine. One hurricane after another is coming. Earth is under and we can't pay the mortgage. America is in the ICU bleeding out. Poets write the soul of the nation. I alone cannot fix this. We write the soul of the nation, but we aren't firefighters. We write the soul of the nation, but we aren't superheroes. I alone cannot fix this. This is not an alternative fact. America, come with me. Grab a piece of paper and write a better future. Get out your laptops and get us out of this mess. Go to a government near you and speak your truth like you're rocking the mic. Write the ending for our poem like your pen is on fire. Only we can write this. Thank you.
Fire.
Thank you.
Fire.
Fire.
Too fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I felt
That
that
poem really takes it out of me because
Yeah.
there's
Wow.
some fucked up shit going on right now, and
Yes.
it's just crazy. Sorry for cursing, but it's
No.
No,
just
it's okay.
it's
We grown.
America's
We
in
grown
a hot
individuals
mess
in
right
here.
now.
Man, that was deep, sister. That was so deep. That I never heard America at the state of it is right now summed up in a poem like that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm going to pass the mic back to AJ to close. AJ, do you have a piece you want to close out with?
Yes, I do. First, I have a question to Miss Lynn. No way I am going to do what?
My shirt says, "No way am I going to lose."
Oh, okay.
It's not an
So
option.
that's it. I mean, that
It's not.
sounds like a
Losing.
wonderful.
Yeah, losing is not optional.
That's right. That's
I
right.
always tell people if it even look like I'm losing, I'm still winning.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
Yeah. Thank you for noticing.
Absolutely.
That's my messaging where I go. Thanks.
That's right. That's right. And as Linda LaRose said, very inspiring T-shirt in all caps.
Thank you, Miss Linda. Your piece was just amazing. I just started going back to when it all began, when it was just this thing that happened that became our new normal. And I just remember becoming so fixed on the news because of how sensationalized it had become. And it was playing on every TV in everybody's homes because we were just trying to figure this thing out, right? That was a very moving and very touching piece. Thank you for sharing that.
Perfect.
Thank
It couldn't have been
you.
more
Beautiful.
perfect.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
It wasn't a pleasure writing it, but it was a pleasure us hearing you deliver it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Exactly.
Thank you again. Yeah.
Your piece was very healing because we all have lost a lot in the last few years. From loved ones to from businesses, relationships. I mean, sister, that piece, the way you summed it up, Trump, damn, that was deep. That was deep.
Morning knows.
Yes.
You know what? Can I just say one thing to Elu's point? All of us did lose something, right? But I think even in us losing, we still gained because a lot of us was pushed outside of our comfort zones to tap into new talents that had been dormant for so long that we were just sitting on. We weren't moving in the directions in which we needed to go to where we would feel liberation and freedom in our lives. We were just stuck in the mundane, just ritualistic ways of life, right? The movement that we constantly had, but the pandemic pushed us to, again, maximize the potential that we probably never knew. Some of us may have been aware, and then a lot of us became, awakened and aware of what was going on. And this is just for a little grin and giggle. I literally taught myself how to crochet and braid my own hair. Why? Because, all of the hair salons were shut down, and it even caused mothers and daughters to become more bonded with doing their fingernails and putting on just finding time to just be creative because that's what we were forced to do. So to your point, it's true. We did have a lot of losses, but yet we had more gains, I believe.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And to your point, I don't think Sunshine and Concrete would have been written had it been not been for the. I mean, because we were all locked down, and I don't think this book would have been written if it were like quote unquote normal times. And my own hair too. I still do my own hair even to this day. I mean, I was like wearing it like teeny weeny afro way back in the day, and now I had to kind of come up with something new. And I started cooking, and just I don't know, just a lot of wonderful things happen also. So it wasn't, there was a lot of growth there also. So yeah, I agree.
Yes, exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, I started cutting my hair too once the pandemic came around. I'm free, y'all. I'm free.
Oh
That's
my
good.
goodness.
That's beautiful. That's
Beautiful. AJ, the mic's on you.
I I was gonna pass it and see. All right. This piece is called "Time Flies in Those Dreaming Eyes." Aroma of midnight evergreen, top dropped in your lovely claw is squeezed, conditioned in the breeze. Navigating through to a newness the excursion leads. Southpaw on steering wheel, euphoria refrigerated, satiated by this nearing thrill. The chill of ice brewed in a biting mood. Pressing need to park, but pedal pushed to metal to revel your heart. Such sweet parting is brutal. Milliseconds removed from all things beautiful, that which you exude. The space is no longer sacred as it used to be. And I die more to find life from the silent war killing me. Come to me, please. Why won't you call? The long line of those applicants in your mind never can approach coming close to me. Lowly you wallow, lurking for a love to follow. Tight roping between lascivious and loathsome. A flame only takes its turn, waiting for the slightest wind to yearn. As a memory now so explicitly spurned, burned to dust, so goes the trust.
EP.3 was a poet.
Yes.
Dang, boy.
Nice.
Poet better
Nice.
poet, Kaylee said.
Woo.
Okay.
Hey, I can't wait to have you there. You're going to be hurting them, dog. You're going to be breaking some hard, boy. Woo.
Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Another fire show. Thank everyone for being here. Don't log off yet. Q, it's time to end the show. Thank you.